I'm not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Howdy, partner! I am the Twisted Goblin! And welcome to my Goblin Nation. I am your sheriff, the Twisted Goblin! I already told that. Ha! So, today I wanted to talk about My Hero Academia! Why? You may ask. Did I miss something? Did I miss seasons? Yes, you did, but I didn't cover that. There's like 6 seasons right now out. In 2021, it was season 6, I think. Don't quote me at that, I'm not sure. But I know the last season that was on the air was season 6. I thought season 6 would be the ending. Oh man, that ending, man. That ending felt like, okay, we're gonna end the season. But then they're like, the last 5 minutes, kind of did lots of money. Even though it's not an America series, and I'm thinking the manga is a little bit forward. But it felt like everything was collapsing. Everything was going in there in the season finale at once. Like everything. Seems like it's gonna end. Well, not the last episode, the episode for that. It seems like everything is coming together. We got that fire, blue fire guy. That is Kaito. I'm bad with names. Sorry, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, the names are a little bit out of my mind. Go a little bit out. Sorry, I really tried. But this series is very, very good. We got first there is like this building up through the seasons. You're getting the building up of the league of the villains, the villain league. So there is this league of villains, and it's fucking amazing. We got the one with the hand that has a hand on his head, and 2 other hands here, like a lot. He is the apprentice of this, the one for all, or the one for all, or for all. Names, man, names. So the one for all, one for all, and all for one. There's the all for one. And then there's the for one. You know, there's like 2 nemesis kind of thing. Brother and sister was the first one for all, and then the other was for the other carrier, the opposite of that. So those 2 are brothers, but one became evil, the other became good. Both the one other made sure that other heroes could have the power to become a symbol of hope. And the other, was very much like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep the village. I'm gonna be immortal! I also can take powers. So I'm gonna take all the power. And he also can give power. So he does that voice. So they kind of the same, but they're not. They do it like one is a villain and the other is a hero. The hero chooses the ones that you think is really we got our rabbit guy. Fuck, I fucking Desku. Oh. Why am I so fucking bad with names? Either way, the main character. So the main character with his friends, I'm gonna call him Goku because Dragon Ball is like the thing I watch like 2,000 million times. The only anime I watch the most of. But thanks to the ending, this guy is way better than Goku. The other guy, the right hand is kind of a Vegeta thing, the fucking bad guy, but he's not really bad. He calls himself Murder at the end he calls himself Murder Dice. What was it again? Murder, something with murder. Come on, Dynamite. I think Dynamite would be cool, Clink's cool. Let's have some Dynamite! So Dynamite and Goku, because I fucking forget. Deku? I think it's Deku, but I don't quote me on that. I think Deku. It's like those are Goku and Vegeta, but the our Vegeta stand-in, if you know Dragon Ball, our Vegeta stand-in is not so cool as Vegeta. He's freaking cool, he's fucking awesome, but doesn't feel like he does have that many character, you know, character building up and stuff. But he does. Also, Vegeta has, and Deku, but Deku is like so fucking cool, you know, this Goku stand-in. I know some people are like, my Hero Academia is better than Dragon Ball. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. I then later go and GT. Then fucking later I went first Super, then I went back to Dragon Ball. That's my whole fucking thing with I watched Dragon Ball Z over a million of times. Million of fucking times! So I'm sorry if I'm not well, my experience is all based on that. And then I went into the other anime. Oh yes, there's Pokemon, but I don't call Pokemon anime because I've been grown up and it's more cartoon than an anime for my personal preference. Because what anime is what Dragon Ball Z was like. Blood, a little bit bloody. Now Super doesn't have the blood, so it's more cartoonish. It doesn't have that adult theme on it. I feel like My Hero Academia, while in the beginning it's like, oh, here's school for kids, but you have the Villain League that's very villainous and so good, and then you have number one hero. You have the family drama with the Fire family, you know, because everything. It's like in the end you find out one that can do blue fire is actually one of the sons that actually died, but now he isn't dead. He survived that. Then there is a hero killer that actually won. It's so dark themed around. There's some dark themes in here that I feel like America would never do that stuff. America would not go there for. They were like, but the children, man, this is cartoon, we cannot do it for the children. And if they do an adult anime, it's, well, 80% of the time, it's not done well. It's terrible done. The 20%, like in Spiritual Metal Bad Boys spin-off anime, was very much done well. You know, there are some little bit things, but mostly they're more dedicated to kids because they don't want violence. It's like cartoons are for kids more. Even though grown-ups can enjoy it, it still doesn't have the bloody thing to go wild with the blood, wild with the thing. But this anime goes wild! Boy, the blood, the glorious blood! The psychos! The psychopath's origins, like you start caring about somebody called Twice that has this able to multiple charts. You even get episodes where I only focused on the villain. I love episodes like that. I love that in Clone Wars as well. Star Wars, I would love, and I mean we had an anime called Star Wars Visions. That's kind of very cool. When I want sometimes I want a whole series of that. But it's like while Star Wars could do with some more blood, and I think My Hero Academia has the line of being darker stories but also being light. I feel like you get blood going into, you have the villains being psychopaths, this end of the world going on, Decade. I call the guy with the hand Decade because his power is to decade everything he touches. Later he even gets more, and you see sometimes there has been a season where it's just the heroes doing very hero thing, having this tournament, but when the villains come on, it's very dark, very like insane, and I love it for it. I really do. It's such a beauty when you have this psychopath, you have Twice that you start caring about, that loves this girl psychopath. Harley Quinn-esque, not really Harley Quinn, more a psychopath, but I give Harley Quinn a thing because she is fucking psycho! It's like if the Joker and Harley Quinn personalities were in one person. but then without a Joker makeup or anything else. It is just psychopath. So I don't know why I'm not just saying that. But she wants to be somebody. She has obsession, and she wants to be what she is obsessed with. And but she also has like a big brother to Twice, and Twice loves this girl, but eventually he dies. She is now not understanding of things. There's also this giant fight going on. There's this end of the world going on. You have the psychopath that's in the background, making even become more powerful. A power that even the One for All or All for One, I think All for One guy didn't get, but he does it, and he gets it. And he has a little bit in his head of him and kind of disappears because, you know, it was the villain and okay, like, you're my new body, I don't care much about you, but it's like that he did lots of killing, lots of people died. I love it when people die. It's a tragedy. It's like this quote, that is part of nature, that you want it or not, but dealing with that always feels so powerful in this anime. Like, you have Twice that dies, and even though he doesn't want to say it, it's like, that's Twice! That's a guy that can multiple times overcome that thing for his friends and feel like the League of Villains what actually is alive. There's like this whole dynamic about the villains, League of Villains that are so well done, so very well, you start caring about them all. Even though DK has like this past that he just was abused as a child, could not be a hero. His sister that he thought could trust stabbed him in the back, and his powers activate because of his emotions. Killed his own family, his dog. Everybody in his life fucking died. But there's also, he's already traumatized as a child, you know? His father doesn't like it when that stuff happened. A bit of abusive fucking father asshole. But nobody actually does something. They all watch. So they get what they deserved! You know? Because they didn't do shit. They didn't go to the cops. They didn't try to get to a hero. One of their grandmothers is a fucking hero. And nobody wants to like that. They kind of get what they deserve. Nobody did something. They all just watched us get beaten. And the child just got him to it. So all of them die. And he loves them! It's like, you get why he's coming from. Why he's... and then he got even a more bad influence after that. No hero seems to... he has this red eyes because he just killed somebody. He killed because power is dangerous. And... in the wrong hands, it's more than in a child's hands that just by accident killed him. It's even gonna mentally murder. But also, it's kind of a good thing because those people were assholes. His whole family just watched as his father beaten him as an abusive father, as that cannot stand. There is like this zone. Then there is also the fire. That's also a bit of abusive father. That's the number 2 hero. He is the number 2 hero as Flames, but he tries to repent, even though he doesn't think, and by the ending they can. At first, like, oh, maybe I should, but then it's like, it takes a long time. Then he finds out his son is still alive, that the son that thought he died, and he broke down, fall completely, not able to move, not able to do. His whole fucking ego about himself, the world sees him. That's also over because his oldest son, just like, you know what? I'm your son. I'm the thing, and now everybody knows how an asshole you are. Even if they don't believe everything I say, they're gonna believe enough. So that whole story is on there. Deku's evolved to is my hero, All for One and One for All, like the One for All. Or one, I fucking mixed the guy. The super number 1 hero, All for One or One for All. He has the powers. Deku gets the powers, even though he didn't have the powers till that. Now he does, and he becomes this really good hero. Like a very much tries to be as his mentor. The one around he finds out he has more than one mentor in his head. They're all previous successors. He's able to communicate, starts to get more powerful. And first he did it with his he was like the weakest at the beginning, because this was also something I liked. He's never the strongest. Yes, he wins, but he wins like with a hair. With a fucking hair. It's something what I like more about him than Goku. Goku always seems to fight, get stronger, able to beat them. Even though it's a fucking equal fight, it never feels like he just wins. He just seems like he's gonna get stronger, he's gonna win. But Deku seems like he's never that strong. He always at the edge. He finds out that he could die, that there is a thing, but he wants to be a hero. He is like the manifestation of a real hero. Goku just wants to fight. Goku just, but this guy, he wants to be a hero. He wants to save people. He wants to. It also feels never like he's the strongest in the air, even though he's kind of is the strongest. But Goku is always like, he's gonna do it. Goku is gonna win it. Goku is Goku. He's gonna find an ass ball and he's gonna win it. Sure, there are some exceptions to that rule, like when his son Gohan against Cell. But at the end, mostly, yes. Here doesn't feel like it. Like My Hero Academia feels like this guy is not always the winner. There's so many heroes. There are so many lies. You see other villains that also feel like very big. And also, what's so beautiful about the League of Villains, they get their own arc, they get their own story. Yes, we did that with, say, 17 and 18, the androids, a little bit following them, but they're like, hey, they're here, we follow them, and then they get absorbed. Didn't feel like that much. But in this one, you feel like you see this team dynamic of the league, that they're like, could they step each other? They all are selfish, but then the league, the personal league, doesn't seem like they could step each other. They're in the back. Even though they're like a little bit intense against each other, but they still feel like her family, villainous family, and you know, a little bit bad for each other. And yes, they step others in the back, but mostly they stick together. They feel like the thing. Then they become commanders. It's like, I thought on some point, this guy that can dictate everything, gonna dictate the whole fucking villains and will not care about anybody. He does still care about everybody. His commanders, he keeps them, the League of Villains, always around. Then even when all the thing happens, he gets the guy, you know, decade, like I like to call him. He gets possessed by the All for One, or All for One, or One for All, whatever. It's like he is like. He gets the superhero #1 super villain, let's call him. Like he possesses him, and after that, like the League of Villains doesn't know. It's like, should we follow him? Is this the right way? We like him, but do we like his master? Because his master just took over his body, and then they want to retreat. That I find like very. I was like, whoa, why are you gonna retreat? This was the season finale. Like series finale. This was it. This was what we're building up to. No, you're just gonna move away. He just moves away. He just like, and there's also this hero, like every hero feels more important here. It's like there is like Deku that tries to, and yes, they try to get him, but there's like the #1 hero tries to fight him. There's like more fights of everyone. Yes, he has some stories where he is like #1, but it's always my help. He gets help. Goku does also get help, but people online doesn't feel like that's important that much. It's like, Goku does it! Goku can do it! He got just power from Vegeta. Why does Vegeta not get the power and let Vegeta do the work? No, Goku has to do it. Like, why? Why does Goku has to do it? Because it's Goku, it's so serious. Like, why? Because My Hero Academia feels nothing like that. Feels like every card, there's not going to be an asshole where it's like, let's give Deku all the powers. Like, no. Yes, he gets a lot of powers. Yes, he is thing, but also feels like the rest are very important. The other characters are important. This feels like My Hero Academia feels like an academia where every fucking character is very much important. We get a little bit spend time with that. We get like the League of Villains have always like some story for around them. It's very cool done, even though it didn't end. I feel like the series would have beautiful ended if they just took down the big bad guy that possesses him. He tried. Then we have the decade guy coming back in front, tries to possess it, tries to fight him, doesn't want to get his body. He has his own goals. He sacrificed himself mostly for his big ego, because he's like, I'm not gonna control it. I'm just destiny of my own master. I don't want to, and if I will die free. It's like, I will die free. I will let nobody control me, not even my master. So literally, he kills Deo, but then both of them die because of it. Because he'd rather die, because he's not afraid of death. He's not afraid of things. He'd rather die than let his master control him. That kind of thing, that would be a fucking beautiful ending. That would, like, you have Deng, you have Deb. Like, the only one that actually could stop him is himself, because of his master. Then his master brain dead, his body. But no, in this one, he retreats with some of the League of Villains. He retreats. He gets there. He gets waking up. He gets his own body again. It's like, you're still fighting. Like, maybe you get your own body yet, but maybe not. The rest of the villains that's been through the seasons return in this return as like, oh yeah, you're all now my bitches, and we're gonna fight so much fun. So now that there are two versions of me, you know, there is the one that Decade will do is fine. I think it could be cool, but it's like, I felt like so much was coming together. The guy that had fire ends be the sun. The psychopath, the twice died. The psychopath finds out what she is. She can do. So like, they also evolve. Their powers get stronger. The heroes get stronger. Like, everything seems like so much good done, so beautiful done. This thing is like an Omega level 10. Omega level 10. That's like the end goal of my ranking that I always do, and I love it. I fucking love it. I love the series. I love it for what it is. I love it, every piece of it. I think in a general, like from season 1 to season 6, it's done so well. There's so many characters that deserve so much more. There is this girl that can has the power of bunnies, but stronger. She doesn't give up. You see the determination that she wants to destroy this. She goes against the Nomus that are like zombie corpses done in became these monstrosities, and they're a big villain that's always like mindless creatures made by dead bodies. The quick stays like she on her own. She is like number 6 or number 7 hero. She keeps on bunny hopping, going through it, not giving up. You see her determination. You see also Hawks, that's number 2 now, and number 2. You also have the hero. He had to give up because he is, you know, he had to give up his powers. Because his powers were already given, but he still had some power left to do stuff. That eventually went away. So by season 6, he's back. He's in the picture because he is in academia school. But we have like this bunny girl that smashes through it. You see all this going on, and he did it. He massacres her through. She does it, she destroys, and you see her determination, that she doesn't care that her legs go ripped off, that she doesn't care because she is determined. And like, you see the determination, you see the bloody things of her falling and thing, and like her dying, like literally all the stress. You can see how hard it is on it. It's not like Dragon Ball where super like where you don't see the determination anymore. You don't see the like the how fucking hard it is on her body. You don't see that, but in My Hero Academia, you see that. You see all that. This is makes. If I go with a ranking to the anime of Dragon Ball Z and Super, I would think it's better than that. The characters feel more fleshed out. Yes, all the seasons, if you watch it in one go, it's much more beautiful. But it's like every hero, every villain feels more accomplished, feels more. You get into it and you want to see this end goal where they have built it up on. You wanted to see this ending. You feel like much more while Dragon Ball Super feels like it's fucking fun, but it's not My Hero Academia. Super feels like it's very much below My Hero Academia. You get like, sure, there are some aspects in Dragon Ball Z that's fun, but the villains feel like not so. While they're cool and while you also spend a lot of time of it, I feel like the villains are much better in My Hero Academia. That's just my opinion. You know, I watched it in one go, but I think My Hero Academia is beautiful done. I would say it's underrated, but you know, it's somewhere in the top 5 for anybody's anime, so it's not that underrated. So I very much recommend My Hero Academia. There's 6 seasons of it. If you haven't watched it, it's very much worth it. I love everything about it. In one go, it's better because there's this one season that's a little bit less fun, but it feels like a good impact. I feel like season 6 could have ended if they didn't want to create another season of it. Feels like it was building. This is also something it maybe is a little bit bad about it. Like we have My Hero Academia, you have the Villain League, but the Villain League are so much the focus on it that without the Villain League, like every character feels like you see the reveal in the last season. Like every character feels like so well done that they cannot do anything else. They can literally, they're stuck with the League of Villains. If they gone, the series ends. And it feels like it was building onto this. It was the moment the League of Villains are gone, you cannot build another one. You cannot do that because I feel like the League of Villains were so much good on. They were like a messed up family, and they're done well. This is like the difference between Rambo. Like there you have a villain, you can make more villains, but My Hero Academia feels like so much focused on those villains that you care about them in some messed up way, but it's fun to see them, and it's fun to see all of that coming to an end, like this conclusion. This I think 6 seasons was all it needed, but it seems like it's gonna get another one because at the end you see them prison breaking his own body. So it's not the ending yet, but I felt like it could have been about the end. It felt like it was tying all things on together. Anyway, I'm gonna give this one, like I said before, an Omega level 10, the highest ranking I can give it. It's really worth My Hero Academia from season 1 to 6. It is very much like a review about the general thing about it, not really going from season to season to season. It's more generalizing it. There are some more. There's this guy with Ice and Fire that, you know, ended up his brother is #1 hero. The hero is his father. His father, he has this messed up family dynamic with his father. Then later in the last season 6, we find out the brother that died actually was one of the League's villains, and it's like, holy fucking Jesus Christ. It's like this whole revelation, everything ties beautiful together, and I would have been happy with season 6 being the ending. But that's just my opinion about the series. I'm gonna end it right here because I need to go somewhere. I need to be somewhere. I need to get on my horse and be somewhere. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next ones. Goodbye, good night.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.